Hi, thanks for letting us join you all today. Kim and I are part of the training support team here at IFMA, and we are going to be talking about our professional development programs that are available to you through your component, and also talk about how they can help you in your career advancement goals.
So if you take a look at a snapshot of the different programs that IFMA has, this gives you a good idea of all of the building blocks. It's important to note that IFMA is globally recognized and ANSI accredited. What that means is we have a third party coming in and making sure that the learning objectives are true, that is what you are learning, and it just maintains the integrity of our credentials and our training programs.
Now, there are a couple different options available to you through your component when you're looking at what courses you want to take and how you want to take them. The first of those is Classroom. This is going to be led by an IFMA instructor in person with full day or days of instruction. The second one is going to be the virtual FMP, and that is a high level overview using weekly 90-minute webinars. So this is a great way to keep yourself accountable, help move through that material, but also connect with other students that are working through the same course as you are. And then the last option is the component study group. This is exactly what it sounds like. It's an informal gathering of other professionals in your component or in your area that get together who are working on the same program. So this gives you guys a chance to study together, ask each other questions, and you really kind of get that informal study group atmosphere.
The essentials of facility management is really where everything begins. As you see, there are 3 focus areas. There's 10 modules that move you through this. This will give those who are brand new to FM a chance to come in, understand the terminology, and gain an awareness and understanding of what it takes to operate and maintain a facility. At the completion of all 10 modules, you get a certificate of verification. It is not a credential. Again, this is a great place to begin. So if you or somebody on your team is really wanting to dive into FM, this is the place to start it out.
And for those of you who have been in facility management for maybe, 1 to 5 years, you've got a solid base in knowledge, this is going to be the credential that you will pursue. So this is going to be 4 of those 11 competency areas that were deemed critical for facility managers. And you can see them listed here. And when you log in, your online access includes everything that you need to complete it. You're going to have study tools, quizzes, flashcards, a digital flip book, you'll have pre-tests, and then the exam at the end of each module you will have to successfully pass in order to get credit for that module. And then once you've completed all 4, you will submit your application with the fee for your credential. And I do want to note that this is a lifetime credential. So it's knowledge based. By getting your FMP, you're showing that you have mastered these 4 areas, and it does not require recertification or any kind of continuing education along with it.
The next credential that we're going to talk about is the Sustainability Facility Professional. This is structured very similar to the FMP that Brittany just went over. It has the similar online different tools that will help you move through the material. It is a lifelong credential. This takes you into deeper dive into being able to think strategically, plan a sustainable facility, no matter if that facility is 7 years old or 70 years old. You will submit an application upon completing the 3 different final assessments, and then once you submit that application and you are awarded the SFP, that is a lifelong credential.
So thirdly, the CFM, I want to differentiate the main thing between this and the FMP and SFP. Whereas they are knowledge-based credentials, we're giving you the material to study and you master those and pass those exams. This is a competency-based exam. So this is going to show that you can apply the knowledge and skills that you have as a facility manager in order to answer the questions that you're presented with. So the only thing required in order for you to be eligible to sit for this exam is a combination of work experience and facility management experience. You can see that on the bottom left. This is a proctored exam that takes place either in a proctor testing center with Prometrics, or you can do, there's a remote option now as well. And there's no requirements as far as study materials go, but we do give you options, and I'll talk about those in just 1 minute. There's another differentiator with this one though. Since it is a certification, it requires recertification. So that means you have to stay up to date with industry trends and recertify every few years. So you have to do those continuing education units. So these are the optional preparation study tools for the CFM exam. The first one is the exam prep workshop. This is done virtually, and this teaches you how to approach the exam. It's not a review of concepts. It is strictly what to expect out of the questions and how to approach them in order to best answer them. And then Kim, do you want to talk about the practice exam?
Yeah, I do. Thanks, Brittany. So Brittany mentioned on the previous slide, there's no requirements. You do not have to go through any specific training, but just like with any important exam, it's important to understand what is the question being asked. So that prep workshop will help you with that. And then the CFM practice exam, it's not testing your knowledge. It's not testing you on the 11 core competencies. It's an opportunity for you to be able to see, can I break down what they're asking? And am I approaching the question from the way that IFMA has written that question, and that is from a global standard. If you are in Belgium or if you're in Houston, Texas, you're not approaching it from the Houston, Texas perspective. You are looking at it as a global standard. And so this gives you an opportunity to see, are you being able to identify what that question is? You do have up to 5 retakes on that practice exam. And this is really something that will give you more confidence as you're heading into the CFM exam itself.
Absolutely. So another option that we have, maybe you're not quite ready to bite off a certification or commit to a whole credential, but you have knowledge gaps that you're looking to fill, or you're looking to take a deeper dive into specific areas in facility management. So the competency courses is going to be the perfect option for you. So this really just shows we do have training for any FM at any point in their career, whether they're looking for that pinnacle credential out of the CFM or they're just getting started. So you can see these individual courses there. They come with online learning materials. So you'll log in, work your way through the course, and then the way that you get credit for these is by taking the final assessment at the end.
And it's exciting because, again, I want to emphasize what Brittany just said. You may not be ready for a credential. That may not be your end goal, but you need to fill in some information, or maybe you're upskilling so that you can apply for a different role. There is a course for you. IFMA has identified those 11 competency areas that it takes to be a facility manager. These are from facility managers, not from IFMA. So we have created the materials for you to study to learn how to do this. What you see here is that time commitment. We have very content rich. When you say, Brittany, content rich programs, and it's going to teach you information and best practices and standards that you can apply to the job that you're in or the job that you want to apply for. This slide gives you an idea of what that time commitment is. We will say if you have a high rate of comprehension, you may move quicker than this. This is on average what you can expect, and it also lets you know the amount of time that you have to complete that course. Any one of these can be done via self-study as well. So you have your choice, whether you want a more structured environment, if you want to be working with your peers, or if you would like to rather take this and approach this on a self-study way.
Yeah, and once you have committed all this time and you complete your course and you get your credential, this is what it's going to look like after. This is our way to really celebrate what you've accomplished. So by completing the FMP, SFP, or CFM, you get your credential. You can include those letters after your name, and you're also included in the online registry. Another thing that you get is a digital badge, and the digital badges are going to come with the credentials, but also with those individual core competency courses. And what it is, it's web enabled so that when somebody clicks on it, let's say they aren't quite sure what the FMP or the SFP or the real estate course is out of those core competency courses, this will take someone to a separate page, and it really just outlines on a high level what you learned and the new knowledge and skills that you gained by achieving what you achieved and getting those credentials. So I think this is a really great way to show off what you guys did.
Absolutely. It's so easy to put on any kind of resume or LinkedIn social profile that you are the king of the world. But if you don't have anything to back it up, then, what do you do? So I agree. I love those digital badges. And that, in a nutshell, everybody, is what IFMA has out there, please contact us here if you have any questions at corporateconnections@ifma.org so we can do a deeper dive with you. You've got a lot of resources there with your component. Please make sure that you make use of that.
Absolutely. And if you're interested in any of these programs, reach out to your component leaders and let them know, because you never know. There could be 3 or 4 other people in your component thinking the same thing, and you could be minutes away from getting a study group set and put together. So definitely reach out if you're interested.
Yep, and just to recap, you can have an in-person class if and when that becomes available again. You can have a virtual class, or you can do a more informal just study group. But those are things that you can do together. It's going to build additional networking. You will be able to create lasting relationships that way and just really hold each other accountable, because we want to see you succeed. That's what IFMA is all about. We want to advance the profession of facility management, and we love to do it just one person at a time and help you move along your career at the pace that you are seeking. So good luck, everybody.